Well, hello. Today we're going to learn about a new Photoshop technique, and it's called using selective color. And let me show you what I mean by that. The idea of selective colors, let's say you've got a picture, and let's say, for example, here's an example, is you want to have just one color pop out. So you've got black and white in the background, and then you've got, say, for example, this red dress. Or here you can see like you've got these eggs. They're the only thing that are showing color in the whole picture. Or here you've got this background. Here you can see the eyes of the cat are colorized, but everything else is black and white. And if you do a search online, you'll find quite a few examples. And it's a really cool effect because it allows you to be able to accent one particular thing and make it stand out. Very cool effect. So let's take a look here at Photoshop. And I've got a picture here of one of my cat models, Miss Buffy. And Xander's here trying to help out as well. There's Xander. Oh, he's jealous that he's not the one in the picture. So we've got this picture here, and here's what I want to do, is I want to change it so that it looks like this. This is a finished version. So here, notice that the color of Buffy is showing, but everything else is black and white, right? Let's compare it to the original. So how do I go about doing this? Well, using some of the techniques we learned earlier, we could go in here, make a copy of the whole file, and then we could change it black and white, and then we could select out Buffy and paste it and everything, but it would be really time-consuming and super complicated. There's a really easier way to do this, and let me show you right now how to do it. And I'm going to start this from scratch and show you. So you start with your picture. And when you pick a picture, think about something that would look cool for this. Like, what's a picture where I could have a color element stand out from a black and white background? So let me show you how easy it is to do. Okay, so we are looking here in the layers palette here, the layers window. And you'll notice that there's a little circle down here that's got like a little half circle thing. And when you click on this, this allows you to create basically a new, what they call adjustment layer, where you can add a layer and you can add things to it. Now the one you want to pick is the one called black and white. So you click on that. And then notice what happens. Whoa, it looks like the whole picture's changed to black and white. But in reality, it hasn't. What we've done is we've essentially made, think of it like a copy of the image, but this copy is in black and white. If I hide it by clicking on the eyeball, you'll see what's underneath it, which is the background layer, right? So we have this duplicate on top of the original image, and there it is in black and white. Now, this is only half of what we want to do, though. We want the part of her to actually shine through. So how do we do that? Okay, we're going to go to the brush tool, right? The regular brush tool in Photoshop. You need to make sure that you have the color black and white selected. The top color is what's called the foreground color. That needs to be set to black. And then the background is going to be white. Now, what's going to happen is this. Simply by painting with the color black, we will see that the color will shine through. This is what we're going to do. See, look, I just colored her eye. And you can see, whoa, hey, the color is actually popping through, right? Now, I might want to accent just some things like her face. Now, if I pick a bigger brush here, remember how you change the brush size. You click up here. I'm going to make a nice big brush so I can do her whole face. I can make it even bigger than that at first. Do some broad strokes here. And I want to fill out just her actual image. Now, the brush is a little too big to do her ears, so I'll just do the bulk of her body here. And then what I can do is I want to get into a little bit more detail. So I'll shrink the brush down. Now I can get into her ears, right? The sides here, get along the details. And I'll show you how to fix a mistake too. So let's say I go too far. Oops, I go too far. Now what's happening is the color is shining through there, right? Now I can get rid of that just by going to the color white. So if you paint with white, it actually erases what you did. See how cool that is? This is actually based on a principle called masking. which we'll get into a little bit later. So then I'm going to go back to painting with black again, and then I go ahead and I fill in the details and go through. And you can see that it takes a little time to make sure that you're precisely in all the spots you want. But I'm not quite there yet, but you get the basic idea. So what I've done here is I've created an image where the color part that I want to shine through is shining through, and the rest is remaining black and white. A very cool effect. So now I can go ahead and finish things off by doing Save As, and I'll give it a name, right? I'll save it. Now remember, if you're using the remote computer at school, you're not going to be saving to the desktop or to the downloads. You're going to be saving to the Google file stream onto your Google Drive, right? But I'm using this for my home computer, so I don't need to do it that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and just save it on the desktop, and then I'm done with it. So that's how you really do selective color, and you can have a lot of fun with this as you experiment.